Well. Welcome back, ladies and gentlefish. We are back and better than ever. We are here with the first episode of 2023, episode number 15. Today on the show, I have my boy, Caleb Partita. How are you, my boy?
Dude,
I have not seen enough of you lately, and it frustrates me, but it is what it is. How are you? Give a little introduction. Tell these people who you are, what you do. Just kind of a little synopsis, of the Caleb Partita.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Caleb Partita. I'm a creative in Orange County. Do a lot of video, a lot of photo, beach lifestyle, sports. I do some real estate. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. I haven't seen you enough. I see you all the time in the gym.
I know, literally.
You know, it is what it is. But
we get busy. Life gets busy. That's just how it works.
Super busy, really fast, and you just kind of like get lost in all that. But yeah, nonetheless, we're here now, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing much other to it than get creative. Doing a lot of photo, a lot of video recently, a lot of drone stuff too.
Yeah,
which it's getting really exciting because that's real fun to do. A very expensive hobby, but
I've had terrible experiences with drones.
Dude, they're nightmares. But
I had a DJI Phantom once, and I ran it into a tree like 30 minutes after I had it, and I was like, "Yep, you know what? This is not for me."
Dude, that's so funny that you say that because the drone that I have now, I broke within the first day of having it from going to LA and doing a real estate shoot, and I was already on my second drone because I had broke mine 4th of July, and I was like, fuck. I stopped droning for a long time, and I was like, you know what? I'll take a break. That's a clear sign to me. So I stopped, and eventually picked it back up.
Yep. So. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give. We're kind of gonna dive in because I want to give background too for the people who don't know. Me and Caleb worked together at the 24-hour fitness Tustin Marketplace. I know a lot of you who watch this show, listen to the show, know me. Know that I go to that gym. You know exactly what gym I'm talking about. That is how me and Caleb know each other. 884, baby.
884.
Got it tattooed on me. Yep. He's got it on his arm. I have it on my wrist. 884 for life.
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, so I feel as long as I've known you, you've always been a creative or at least wanted to be in the creative world.
Yeah.
It was whether it was, we were filming gym reels or you wanted to shoot this or doing photos or, when we did that photo shoot with the running shoes thing, like you've been a creative as long as I've known you and really kind of wanted to just dive into that world. But you did start with more of the fitness almost kind of side of things. You were doing a lot of your own personal fitness reels and fitness content. And then you were doing some filming for other people, me included. So maybe like, what was that switch? Why did you switch from the fitness content side of things? Because it does so well on social media. Like, it's huge. Like, everybody is, like, making some sort of gym content, something.
Yeah.
So what made you switch from that side of the creative, real, whatever you want to call it, to the stuff you're doing now, the more real estate, lifestyle, beach, like what was that transition? I know, like, usually this is a question I ask, like, later on, but I'm genuinely curious because the switch was very dramatic, it was like you were doing this, you, like, deleted everything off your page, like, went ghost, and then just, like, came back with, like, all this new content in a totally different form and style. So, like, was there a moment, was there an experience that you had, was there something that made you want to make that switch?
Dude, that is such a good question, and it's so loaded too. Like,
it is a loaded question.
It's a very loaded
I know
question.
It is.
But to give you a good answer on that, it's just so going to the gym. I'm super influenced by everyone around. I mean, all the trainers, everyone that was. Dude, that entire time was just like.
It was peak.
It was peak.
It was peak.
Peak of just like fitness for just everyone in that gym.
Yeah,
and
it was
one of the craziest experiences that I've still in the fitness industry had today.
For sure.
But anyways,
that was a time. That was a time to be alive for real.
Yeah, and so once COVID shut down, started getting gym equipment in my garage, and I started doing hella fitness stuff, like just tracking my progress, doing all these vlogs, all these content, and I got to the point where I was growing very quickly. Like I was posting 3 times a day, one vlog, one short form, one like cheesy little joke or like some like eye catcher thing, And it was popping off, dude. It
Yeah.
was going crazy. And I remember so many people were like, dude, like you're growing really fast. And I was like, not as fast as I like. And this is where the big change happened. And I was just kind of going and going and going. I was growing really fast. And I got very overwhelmed by how fast I wasn't growing, if that makes sense. Because for me,
Interesting.
I was seeing like other people in the fitness industry doing so well. And I'm like, well, fuck, why don't I have millions of followers or, doing the same shit?
But that's a dangerous mindset to get caught in.
That's why.
Yeah.
And so that mindset that I had during that entire time, I wasn't doing fitness for myself.
Yeah, you were doing it for the
doing
affirmation.
it for the affirmation and the following and the value that brought to me.
Gotcha.
And I like remember 1 week I was doing all the vlogs and all the content, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing this for? I remember.
Oh
I
my
swear to
God, dude.
I was like, what the fuck am I doing this for? And I really just like thought to myself, I was like, before doing all this content and doing
Holy
all these
shit.
reels and all these TikToks, why did I like fitness? Dude, I love fitness because it was for me. I did it for me. Every day I woke up and just for me.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I wasn't doing that for me.
Yeah.
I was doing like what is it called? A hybrid athlete type of thing.
Gotcha.
Where you literally just kill yourself, dude. It's running every day, lifting heavy, and just being a fucking tank.
Animal, yeah.
Being an animal. And I hated running. I still hate running to this
Running
day.
sucks.
It sucks.
I was a
Don't-
track athlete my whole
Yeah.
life, and I hate running.
Don't get me wrong.
Running is horrible, but it's so fun.
it's
Yeah.
it's the worst and the best thing at the same time.
Totally is.
Like, and I realized I was like, this isn't me because I'm a volleyball player, so I love volleyball and I love playing it. I coach a lot too, so I was
Yeah, we'll get into
doing
that.
all of the fitness for other people, and I was taken away from things that I was genuinely enjoying:
Yeah.
lifting, playing volleyball, having just like
You got away
an
from the
athletic
reason
head.
why you started it.
It's exactly why.
Yeah.
and
I-
so
dude, that's so funny. I don't mean to interrupt, but
No.
it happens every fucking episode. The last episode was in October, and we're back. But literally, the episode title of episode number 2
yeah,
last year, way back when,
yeah,
was Finding Your Why.
yep. I remember
And
I saw that
it-
one and I was like, damn, dude, who was the?
It was Geo.
yeah, and I remember seeing
Shout
that, I
out
was like,
Geo.
damn. I was
Yeah,
like,
and we had a lengthy conversation about that, and
Mhm.
I just think it's so funny. I say it all the time. No one really knows each other, but everyone says the same, such similar things, and that is so crucial. And that's major props and respect to you to be able to dissect and be self-aware enough when you're in a situation like that, when you're making content, when you're chasing a dream or what maybe
Yeah.
you thought was the dream at first.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dreams
thought,
can
for sure.
change.
Mhm.
And the intentions of why you're doing it can change.
Yeah.
And it's important that if it changes for the wrong reasons and it starts becoming you're chasing outside affirmations and you're chasing things that
Yeah.
really don't matter to you, but you're just doing it for self-validation in a negative way, to be able to step away and go into something new,
Mhm.
I think is one of the most crucial skills as a human being to have, because it
Dude,
prevents
yeah.
you from putting yourself in a hole and getting in a spot that you're like, yo,
Mhm.
I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know why I'm doing this. I
Yup.
feel lost, so that's major respect, because I know a lot of people that either are or have been in that position that haven't gotten to that place of,
Yeah.
of self-dissection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I hear what you're saying. It's just
because it's a scary place to be in.
It's like how do I give a good analogy to it? It's like a black hole, dude.
It
You
is.
just-
No,
you
it
just
totally
go
is.
down, and especially like, don't get me wrong, you can be passionate about something and do it, like all the fitness influencers. I'm not saying like they're not passionate or they're not, like that's not their thing to do. It's just if you don't know exactly, like I didn't know exactly. It was just working.
Yeah.
It was just cool. It was literally, I would look at my phone, I'd be glued to it. Oh shit, like people are following me. People are liking, people are commenting. I got 4, 5, 6 videos that have 750,000 views plus.
Yeah, you're
I
like,
was like,
perfect.
oh fuck. I was like, this is sick.
Something's
I'm
working.
just
Let's
gonna
keep doing
going,
it.
Keep
Yeah.
going, keep going. And then I just fucking ran out of steam, and I really sat down. And that's when I had that. I was like, this dude, no.
You burn yourself out.
I did a whole 180. I was like, dude, I just gotta like get creative. Like I just can't be doing the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And props to the people that do, because being consistent isn't easy, man.
Consistency is one of the hardest things to be and to do, and I mean, that's pretty much my answer to what I tell people, because people ask me all the time. That literally the photographer I'm shooting with tomorrow asked me that when we were on the phone call talking about the shoot. He's like, Levy, can I ask you, like, why do you do so many different things? Like why do you do so many different things? And I'm like, I don't feel that I do so many different things. I feel that I do many things under the same umbrella, which is the thing that I've created. And the thing that I've created in my umbrella, I want to be diverse. Yeah. And I don't want to just – I love music more than anything, but I don't necessarily want to do that all the time. There's other things and other aspects to Seventh Heaven, the brand, that can be more than just music. Why can't it be podcast? Why can't it be fitness stuff? All things that I love and that I do. So why can't I all put that under one umbrella? So I was like, I understand what you're saying, but I also respectfully disagree to where it, from the outside perspective, it may look like that, but on the internal, it's not. Like, it's all these things going under one thing.
Yeah. Because I'm kind of like, I'm in the same boat as you. Like, I do, photography, video,
coaching.
Yeah. Fitness. Like, it's, I mean, I don't post fitness anymore, but yeah, it's just.
To be creative,
to be creative. Yeah, exactly. Like, especially with coaching and photography, people are like, aren't those like two completely different things? Yeah. Yeah, it's two different things. However, like, everything that I take from my photo, video / graphic design stuff, I apply it to the coaching side as far as like, creating the brand and creating all the Instagram stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's shit like I enjoy. Obviously, it's not the same. Like, I'm not going to, I don't know, take the same thing I was learning in volleyball and apply it to photography. That's obviously not. But the same thing, like, I can use all my creative stuff to really help my coaching side. And that's what I've been doing. Like, there's a lot of volleyball clubs, people that just are shit at social media. I mean, I don't really mean to be rude, but I look at a lot of pages and I'm like, damn, this is terrible.
Of course. Well, and because people don't know how to do it.
Exactly. And so, like, I look at my page and I'm like, damn, it looks a lot better than most people's or a lot of clubs. And so that's really what it was for. Like, it's not like I'm saying, like I said, the principles are just two different things, but
it all applies.
It all applies.
It all applies. Like, if anything and everything that you do, and because it's all you're doing, all things that you love to do.
Exactly.
And that's why it's like, if there's multiple things that you love to do, why would you not do them all?
Yeah, or at least try. Yeah, at least try. Yeah,
at least try to do them. Like, there's what's the worst thing that could possibly happen? It doesn't work? Wow, congratulations. Welcome to life.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
There's a lot of things that don't work. There's a lot of I wish I was 6 foot, but I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking about.
Like, but so I also do, because you mentioned it briefly, and I kind of want to, I think it's interesting that you're into coaching, girls' youth, or is it high school?
High school and like middle school.
Yeah, volleyball.
12 to about 18, yeah.
So I'm assuming is your hat.
Yeah.
But it just looks like a volleyball logo. It just looks like some sports shit. So I was like, that's probably it. But so why coach? I mean, it's. I feel like I was gonna ask like a more complicated question, but like why coach?
Dude, I had this conversation literally last night, and I love having this conversation just because there's nothing like it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, from everything that I've experienced throughout my life. I mean, I haven't lived long. I'm 21 years old. I'm about to be 22, but everything that I've experienced through the sports world has never came close to coaching.
Yeah.
Like, bottom line. It's just when you can teach kids or just an individual a skill and they execute it perfectly, like, that tells something about you and what you instilled in them and the passion that you brought to them.
For sure.
I remember the first time, like, dude, I tell this all the time. I never thought I was going to be coaching until I had my own kids. Yeah. 10 years from now, at least that's what I thought. And I remember, like, the first time I ever had an opportunity to coach, and I remember the first time, like, it just was so addicting. It's so addicting because you get a team, right, and you teach them everything that you know, right, and then you see them progress, you see them, cheer, that you see them, cry, you see them do everything that you did, cheer on, like, have friends, get excited about things
It's
that
the
they're
whole
working on.
atmosphere.
It's the whole atmosphere.
Yeah,
And
totally. It's like a
it's kind of crazy because people ask me all the time, like, why coach? Like, dude, you're like, you have to do so many better things with photography. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I got
what I love.
so yeah. It's the big misconception with that is like, there's no money in coaching,
yeah.
and it's not about the money, but it's how good of a coach you can be. That's when that money finds you.
Yeah.
And so every single time that I have an opportunity to coach, I don't even think about anything outside other than how can I put this athlete into a better mindset, skill set, physically, mentally. That's my number one goal. Every time I step into that coaching position, I'm like, how do I make this person better?
Yeah.
And so that's what it is. Like,
Which is the coach's mentality.
coaches, at least what
Which
most
it
coaches
should be. Should be. I
There's some
agree.
coaches out there that are absolutely shitty, and so
yeah, for sure.
it's also it's just cool. Like, I'm telling you, it's just nothing like it. I remember one story I'll give you. This girl that was on my team that just recently got onto one of my teams, and she couldn't play volleyball. It was her first year, and there was tryouts going on, and she just couldn't. Like, I saw her. She's pretty athletic, pretty tall. And I looked at the director that was like, are you sure you want to have her on your team? I was like, yeah, like no questions asked. Like, I need her on my team. And so I was like, my team's pretty competitive. They're really good. Top 50 in Southern California.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to do a little extra work with her. So I talked to the parents. I was like, hey, your daughter's going to be on my team. It's a very competitive team. So we're going to have to get her up to speed. And they're like, oh, like, does that mean she has to do like privates, whatever? Because privates cost money. They're pretty costly. And so I was like, yes, but don't worry about it. For an entire month, I'm just going to work with her one-on-one after practice. I'm going to get her caught up to speed. We're good. And so I remember she couldn't even serve a ball over the net. And I was like, patient. I was like, look, this is what we got to do. This is how we're going to get it done.
Yeah.
Gave her all the steps, gave her everything that we did, took the time. And I remember it was like the 4th or 5th session that we had. And I was like, look, we're going to work on our serve. We're going to get one serve over the net today. And we took 30 minutes. 30 minutes just serving. Going to get one ball over. And I was like, all right, we have 5 minutes left. We're going to get this. We're not going to leave until we do. And she was like, okay. And so I gave her a basket of balls, right? We filled up the basket, and she was going. A couple minutes go by. Literally last minute, she tosses up the ball, hits the ball, serves it over. Just me and her in the gym. She starts screaming of happiness, bro. I shit you not, I wanted to break down crying.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of the craziest coaching moments I've had. And I get the chills every single time I think about it, because not only did I coach her through that, but she's going to remember that for as long as she's an athlete. She's going to be like, that's the coach who wanted the most for me.
Yeah.
And that was the thing, is when I went into coaching.
When no one wanted to put me on their team, he
Like,
was the one who believed.
exactly.
Totally.
And that's the whole thing with me coaching.
Yeah.
I wish my philosophy was coaching is who would I want as a child? Who did I want to have as a coach when I was learning? And so that's exactly who I am when I am coaching.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to be who I wanted to be. Like, I wish I had me as a coach.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I approach coaching every single time I step into the gym, onto the beach. Who would I want as a coach?
Totally.
And so that's worked for me ever since.
And I love that mindset for a couple of reasons. And the reason why, I know why.
Yeah.
I knew the answer to that question.
Yeah.
I just needed to ask.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously I've never had the coaching experience, but I've had many coaches in my life when I was an athlete shape me into who I am today.
Yeah, I know.
And the stuff that they taught and they instilled, and the way they pushed and motivated, and just the overall confidence and encouragement that they gave you at all times made you feel that you could be better than you were.
Absolutely.
And that is a very powerful thing, because if there's someone that doesn't believe that they're as good, or doesn't believe they should be on the team, or that they're not this, and then there's a person who can make that person believe that they can become who they're meant to be,
Mm-hmm.
that's a
Dude.
powerful, 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 powerful thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the reason why any good coaches
Mm-hmm.
is for that reason that you said, is because they weren't coached the way how they wish they got coached. And now they need to give that in return
Yeah.
to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because
you ask any of my players, dude, it's really not about the skill. It's about the mindset. I talk about that a lot with my athletes. It's, dude, you're your worst enemy, right? The 6 inches between your ears is really what's holding you back.
That's all it is.
And so I learned a lot of that in real estate, actually. One of my old bosses, Adrian Hernandez, actually, he really changed my entire mindset when it comes to just mental toughness. That was a crazy time in my life too. It's just, that was life-changing. And so everything that I learned in real estate, I applied to just my normal day-to-day life now.
Yeah.
And so it being coaching, whether that's photography, videography, whatever it is, even sports, like I still play today, it's that mentality. It really does make or break an athlete. And at this age, like a 12 or 13-year-old, like I could
Especially in today's world.
The thing is, crew, it's crazy to think, because I have a very big, not a like obligation, but I'm in a position where I can make or break these kids. It sounds a little crazy, a little extreme.
No, it doesn't at
But-
all. To me, it doesn't at all.
Yeah.
It's your duty to be
Yeah.
who you said you were going to be
Exactly.
to them.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I'm all about like just my mindset. I wish I had the mindset. It goes back to like when I was doing fitness.
Yeah.
If I would have had that mindset of just keep fucking going, maybe I would have still been doing my fitness. But it's just all that. It's like, how tough are you willing to be? And yeah, that's what I teach all my athletes. Like, dude, your mind is really what's going to put you into that next level. You have the skill, you're athletic, you're on this team for a reason. You're top 50 in the Southern California for a reason. But what's that mindset going to do for you?
Exactly.
Is it going to do well for you, or is it going to kill you? So
If you don't want to be the best,
yeah, then get out.
yeah,
Yeah.
But again, on the flip side, when you see that where someone has that and you know it's there,
Oh yeah.
and you're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna push some buttons here.
Oh, dude, I do
and,
it all the time.
and work with you a bit.
All the time.
I'm gonna try
dude.
and piss you off a little bit
All the time.
because I
Yep.
know that animal mindset
Yep.
is in there. Because the athlete mindset is very different than a regular mindset. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm sure anyone who's listening or watching that's a fellow athlete or past athlete
Yeah.
knows exactly what we're talking about.
Yep.
So no, I love that. I love that question, and I love that you're doing it for the right reason,
Yeah.
and you're so dedicated,
Mm-hmm.
and just you're dedicated, and you have a personal duty
Yeah.
to-
That's
to-
a good way to put it. Yeah.
to these young women,
Yeah.
like to help empower, to help encourage, to
Yeah.
help elevate, because like how you said, there's when they're 40 years old, what you're teaching them now is what they'll, even if they don't know it,
Yeah.
subconsciously is going to be putting into
Subconsciously.
their kids, or when they're in school, or what
Yeah.
they're going to be looking for in coaches. Like,
yeah.
That's what I say all the time, is just all of this shit. Like, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do in whatever industry you do, or whatever of whatever. Like,
Mhm.
it's legacy over currency. Like how you
Mhm.
said,
Yeah.
the
Dude, I love
money-
that.
the money
I love
comes,
that, dude. Oh my god.
the
that's
money
facts.
comes, this it'll find you if you're, a good person, and this, and you're consistent in that, but it's really legacy over
Yeah.
currency. Like what, that's my overall goal on and anything is like
Yeah, dude.
hoping one person could hear a song or listen to an episode or listen to this episode or any
Mhm.
previous and change the way they think or
Yeah.
instill something in someone in a way that they haven't thought about it, or make them feel something about themselves that they haven't thought by the way something is being said or
Mhm.
something is being portrayed. And it's like, I'm not doing that in a coaching version, and probably most of you aren't doing that in a coaching version, but you can do that
Yeah.
every day,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're a creator in the way you choose to deliver and, put out your content in
Yeah.
that way, because it's so it's so important.
Yeah, I feel like people
For
don't
me, it is.
I
Like,
don't
you
feel
know,
like I feel like people don't understand like their influence, or at least the power of their influence.
they don't.
Sometimes.
The power of influence is
Yeah.
fucking crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if you have 500,000 followers, 5 million followers,
Yeah.
500. You have an influence,
Yeah, no matter what.
no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna use it? Is the question.
Yeah, that's true. That's the number one question, man. How are you gonna use it? And so that's kind of like exactly what I'm doing now. Is just how am I gonna use my influence in any sort of situation, whether that's coaching, whether that's social media. But yeah, dude, it's humbling too. Like
For sure.
one of the coolest things that I think is like when parents come up to me and they compliment me. I'm like, I have a lot of parents come up to me like, wow, I've never like heard of a coach doing this. Like that's something different. And I'm like, damn, like there really hasn't been like actual, like, I don't know.
Like
coaches. Dude, it's just, it's tough, dude. Coaching not sucks, but it sucks sometimes because you don't know who you're going to get. Like, especially if you go to a program, you're like, hey, you're going to get put
But that's
into
like
this team.
teachers.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. It's just interesting. It's like, you would think that
Teachers are just educational coaches.
Yeah, true. That is true.
And I fucking hated
a
majority of my teachers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I dropped out for a reason.
yeah,
dude.
same.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just like thinking about it literally just grinds my
Yeah.
gears. Oh my God.
I remember sitting in
Oh,
fucking,
God.
what was it? So I was first year of college. I was playing volleyball, but I was sitting in a English class and we were learning about ethos, pathos, and logos. I swear to God, this was like the 6th time I was learning it. Again,
I'm gonna say, like,
swear
didn't
to
I
God,
learn this in
ever
like
since
6th grade?
freshman year, ethos, pathos, and logos. It was the biggest fucking thing for freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. And I got to the point where it was freshman year. I was like, why the fuck are we still learning this?
Yeah, it's like,
bro,
holy
you
shit.
guys not understand that we've learned this in fucking high school?
Yeah.
I get it was a junior college, but still, like, this is
yes.
fucking college level. Like, I should be learning more than just that. Like, what? Dude, I swear to you not, I shit you not, dude. I literally was in that class. I was like, as soon as I'm done with this fucking class, I'm done. I'm done.
That's exactly, dude.
I was already on the
literally
way.
same.
I swear to God,
oh my God.
this happened all within a week. I remember having like an interview for a job, and volleyball was going to shit, like mentally, and like I was getting into fitness. Everything was lining up to just go drop out anyways.
Yeah.
And that was the cherry on top. I was like,
I'm done.
I'm fucking done,
Dude.
Went on the computer, dropped all my classes. I was like, that was the best thing I ever. Literally, fucking hundreds of thousands of pounds were just lifted off my chest just from dropping those classes. I was like, dude, I'm free. I'm free.
Dude,
Like,
literally same exact shit happened to me when I lived in LA,
Dude.
and I was going to Los Angeles Recording School, which was where I thought I wanted to go. And then my first class.
Wait, so you're telling me you didn't have it all figured out when you
Yeah,
were 18?
right?
Like, you
Holy
didn't have everything
shit.
that you wanted? Like, dude, you sure?
Yeah, it's
That's weird. That's crazy to me.
crazy, ain't it? Nobody ever has it figured out, brother.
You never will. I honestly don't
Never
think you
have
ever will.
and never will.
I
I
mean,
truly
yeah.
believe that.
I
I really
mean,
do.
You will have like a way of going, but I think there's always going to be like
Questions.
Yeah, should I have done that?
Yeah.
Life happens for you, not to you. Yeah, dude. That's so funny. Yeah, I always have that conversation. Like, people, when I tell people my age, like, oh, you're still in school? Fuck
No.
Hell no.
I remember
Sorry, but no. Yeah.
me and the boys were just talking about this last night. I was like, dude, I didn't even take Algebra 2.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's crazy. I honestly don't remember what last. I think it
Dude,
probably was
math-
Algebra 2, dude. I don't know.
Fucking math is a foreign language to me, dude. It is
Dude, it's
an
so bad.
unbelievable foreign
Wow.
language to me. I can do basic addition, subtraction,
Dude,
and
that's all
division.
you fucking need, dude.
But
that's all you need.
if you're with me and you ask me some shit or what is this plus this, and it's numbers that are in the teens or 20s, I am breaking out my fingers to count, and I don't want to hear shit about it.
Oh, fuck.
Because it's either my fingers or a calculator.
Oh my
I hate
God.
math so much,
dude.
it's not even funny. Math literally gives me a brain aneurysm.
you can only count through
Oh
like
my
45s,
God.
huh?
Dude. Oh my God. I can't. I hate math so
Dude,
much.
I've mastered 1 through 12, dude.
Oh.
I don't know about you, but 1 through 12, dude, I got it on lock.
What,
No.
it multiplies?
No, just like counting 1 through 12. I can do that every day.
Oh yeah, any
Dude,
day. Yeah, you
reps in the gym, dude, every single day. 1 through 12, dude. I got it.
Yeah, I was gonna
locked
say.
in, bro.
I was gonna say
got it
that,
locked
that
in.
count is ingrained because of the fucking.
And even
gym.
sometimes I get a little messed up. I'm like, fuck, was that 8? Nah, bro, that was 10. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, I'm like holding top of the rep.
What the fuck? Yeah.
I'm like counting on my finger. Okay, 2 more. Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
So, I can't believe I didn't ask this. We just kind of got into it.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, not sorry. He's one of my boys I haven't seen in a while.
I know. It's
So
catching up.
yeah, super catching up. But so were you? I actually don't know this. Were
Mhm.
you born and raised in Orange County?
No, I wasn't actually. That's not many people know that actually. People
Where-
honestly, yeah, I was
Where were you born and raised?
So I was born in Highland, California.
Highland.
In IE baby 951.
Yes, sir.
Yep,
Same, baby.
951,
Corona.
baby. Yes, sir.
951ers.
Yeah, so I was in Highland for a long time. Moved around a lot around Moreno Valley, Marietta.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Menifee.
Damn. What the
Yeah,
hell? I
dude,
didn't know that.
So actually, dude, weird. I had this conversation on Friday actually, and I've lived in like 14 different houses. Yeah, 14 different houses. I've moved around that much. My parents are split, so I was living with my dad, I was living with my mom sometimes, and so my mom was like, dating, trying to find another husband, and so she would get serious with some of the guys. And we
When
would
did
just
your
move in.
parents split? If you don't mind me asking.
I was in 3rd grade. So when is that?
Uh,
Like 10, 9, somewhere around there.
It comes to finger counting.
Sure, yeah. We'll say
Yeah,
9. We'll say 9.
Just say 9.
It's kind of like all a blur right at the moment.
I have a question for you though.
Yeah.
Because I don't have divorced parents,
Mhm.
but my situation is interesting.
Yeah,
but do you think that your parents splitting as you've gotten older
Uh huh.
and more aware and conscious and
Uh-huh.
becoming an adult and your own individual person, do you think that that situation
Are you trying to ask?
drives you
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
in a way to prove or to overdo, to be, I'm gonna be better than you guys were? like,
Oh.
Because I personally feel that in
Gotcha.
my own situation, like,
I was honestly thinking that you were gonna ask me if I was like, this is a common question. It's like, would you want your parents to like be together or not? But I see where you're going. Like, do you
Yeah.
want to like be a better like, I guess, human being?
yeah, and
Like, I get you saying, yeah.
yeah, and the only reason I didn't ask, do you wish they could be together, is because I don't like to say, do you wish?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I try and eliminate
No,
that
that's it.
from my vocabulary of,
Yeah.
oh, do you wish? Do you this? Do
Yeah.
you that? That is what it is. That's
Yeah.
the reality. But I feel that those realities can play a role in the way that you develop and you
Mhm.
move
Yeah.
as you become an adult, whether
Yeah.
you know it or not. Like sometimes I even have to take a step back and be like,
Yeah.
oh,
I'll
okay.
tell you this much. When it comes to divorced parents, honestly, I think it was the best thing to
Mm.
ever happen.
Interesting.
I love my parents, and I know they had their differences. And at the time, I didn't know exactly what was going on. I was very confused. Very just, what the fuck's going on? Daddy and mommy are no longer together. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't really tell me much when I was young. But I look back on it all the time. I have this conversation sometimes too. It's like, dude, I don't want to know what life would be like if my parents were still together. I
Mm.
swear. Like, would I still be here? Would I be doing what I'm doing at the level that I'm doing it?
Would I
Like,
be in another 14 houses?
Yeah. Like, it's just, what I will say, divorced parents teaches you to grow up real quick. Real quick. I have 2 older brothers. And
Mhm.
so you look at us and you're like, they're not even like, well, my brother actually just turned 26. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's like you grow up a lot faster. Like,
Mm.
the only people that I really had that were consistent were my 2 brothers. We would
Yeah.
always be going back to moms, dads, moving around, and so they're my only consistent people that I can talk to.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I was with my mom. I love my mom. I love my dad, but it wasn't like
The dynamic is
the
different.
dynamic is different.
Totally.
Like, my brothers were everything to me.
Yeah.
Like, we were spending all the time together. We struggled together. We fucking cried together.
Yeah.
We did literally everything. And so, yeah, you just grow up a lot a lot quicker. I mean, there's things that you see that you don't want to see as a kid.
Yeah.
And, it just kind of toughens you up.
Totally.
And so when I moved out to Orange County,
It's like almost forced maturity.
forced maturity for sure.
Yeah.
And when I moved out to Orange County, like there was no one that I could resonate with.
Yeah.
Swear to God. It's
Yeah,
like I
feel
talked to all these people like, oh, like, are you with, like, I was like, well, when did you move out here? I was like, oh, I moved out with my dad. They're like, what? You moved out with your dad? What does that mean?
Yeah.
I was like, what? They're like, I was like, yeah, my dad moved out here. My mom's still over there. Like, they didn't know what a divorce was.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, oh,
No,
like,
yeah.
I didn't even know that was possible. And so I was like, huh, like this is the reality of it. Like Orange County, just, it's usually
a bubble.
It's a bubble.
It's a bubble.
And so,
anybody's.
yeah.
My parents say that. My
And
grandparents.
yeah, exactly.
They're like, it's a fucking bubble here. It is.
Yeah. And so that's just like a realization that I had. It's just like, huh, it's like interesting out here. It's just everyone just kind of living their life. But yeah, like growing up, you figure things out. Ever since I was 12, bro, I was working.
Yeah.
Swear. Like I was finding some way, somehow to make money. And that was like the biggest thing. Because
Totally.
both my parents were kind of broke. My dad wasn't doing well, and my mom were on the verge of on the streets. And so I never asked my parents for money since I was 12. And I've always figured a way out to make things work for me, whether that's going and flipping items or going to work for someone or washing cars. I literally did all that shit. Like at 12 years old, I was getting in a random car with a random person, going in their van and fucking washing cars in an Empire. Like that. I look back at that and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That is crazy to me.
Totally.
And so, and it's ever since then, it's just always been like that. I've always just tried to work my way through it, provide for myself, and not really have to have my parents as a crutch.
That's a crutch.
And so I think
respect
that's
that.
where I really learned a lot.
Yeah.
And especially now, that's where it benefits me a lot because there's no one else. It's just me, right? I go out and every day I have to be my best to provide for myself.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so I'm very thankful for it. Like I don't want to be better than my parents because we're different people. Like we live different lives. And I mean, I will kind of say like, I feel like I am doing better like already. Like
For sure.
yeah. And it's just two different lifestyles.
Yeah.
Like they're Hispanic. Like they were like get married right out of high school,
Yeah.
have kids, right? My mom had me when she was 21, 22, somewhere around there, maybe 23.
Same.
Like, dude, my mom was already having 2 kids by the time I was already 21. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm supposed to be having 2 kids if I was following that same thing.
Yeah, totally.
It's crazy to think
I mean, my
about.
grandma on my Spanish side of the family got married at 15.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's just it's a whole nother life. So it's not comparable. It's just different. Like
Totally.
I feel like I'm doing well for myself, and it's only going up from here. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's just all due in part to my past.
Everyone's dealt a hand of cards in life. It's just how
Mhm.
you deal them.
How? Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, how you play them.
So yeah,
Yeah,
how you play them.
Yeah.
It's how you play them.
Mm.
Yeah, and I truly believe that. Like, I am such a lack of sympathy for people.
Oh, me too. Dude,
Like-
I can't stand sympathy. Like, if you're not a hard worker, I could care less for you, to be honest.
Oh my
Like,
god.
it sounds tough, but
No, because I literally could not feel more the same way.
Dude.
My sympathy for people is bare minimum none.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. I give excuses sometimes, but for the
I'll
most part,
empathize with you.
yeah. And
But I won't give you sympathy and loathe with you.
you know what's funny is sometimes I do this when I'm coaching. Is like when a player comes up to me and it's like, hey, like something's going wrong. I'm like, okay,
and
like,
Handle
are you
it.
asking me a question?
Yeah.
Do you want to figure this out, or are you just gonna tell me that you can't do something?
yeah, exactly.
I could care less. You either ask me a question and we figure it out, or you just figure it out yourself. There's no other, like, I'm not going to say, oh, it's okay, just take the day off. Like,
Yeah,
or,
exactly,
Or, no,
totally.
you'll be fine. No, it's like, ask me a question. How are we going to figure this out? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm telling you, dude, I have no sympathy. Like, you're either a hard worker or you're not. And you get it done or you don't.
You either are or you're not.
Yeah. You get it done or you don't.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's very simple.
Very
it's very
simple.
very simple.
Mhm.
I love that. I fucking
Yeah.
resonate with that so fucking heavily. It's unbelievable.
There's not a lot of people like that, though. Everyone's like, oh, you got to have a support system. You got to, if you're not, I don't know. I don't want to get, I don't want to get into that.
No, no,
but you know what I'm
I
talking
totally
about.
get what you're
Yeah.
saying, and that's funny that you say that because again, it connects to something that we said. I believe it was on episode 5. Shout out Mighty Eli. I believe it was episode 5. we literally talked about that the aspect of the being alone part in your journey,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's something that you want to do, and in a sense maybe you're not alone, because I
Yeah.
don't feel like anybody ever really does anything alone. Like, you always have your friends to support, or
Yeah, yeah.
you have like your homies that you work with or you co-create with. But at the end of the day, it's up to you
Mm-hmm.
to do it, to make it happen.
Yeah, dude.
It
really
is. It falls on no one else's back but your own.
Mhm.
So I feel we were talking about how that aspect of the being alone part in the journey prohibits people from wanting to start or wanting to do it or wanting to try and
Oh, yeah.
do more, because
Yeah.
they feel they should have
They
a
should have
support,
support system,
and they should
yep.
have this.
Damn.
They should have all the fans. They should
Yeah.
have people buying their shit. They should be
Yeah.
do this or that or that. And then they're not consistent, and then they're like, blah blah blah
Yeah.
bullshit, whatever. Like that
Mhm.
aspect, I feel like just prohibits and stunts so many people when it's just like, yo, get over it.
Mhm.
That's how it is. If you want to do it, go do
Dude,
it. If you don't
yeah.
want to do it, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you continue to complain about it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
it's facts.
it's so black and
yeah.
white. It's
No, I
so
agree.
black and white.
I
And that's
absolutely
so
agree
funny
with
because we talked for a while on that episode about that.
Yeah.
All these episodes connect. Literally, it's just it's
Well, you got to
It's
think about it.
unbelievably hilarious.
It's you surround yourself with people
like-minded.
like-minded. So it's like when you have people on, I would be genuinely interested to see an episode with someone that's the total opposite.
Yeah, right?
Like we got to find someone that's
Yeah, just like
completely opposite, and not have an argument, but just have a nice
conversation.
debate about
Totally.
like what you.
that's a good
genuinely think.
perspective. I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
Actually,
I think that's a great conversation.
I do too.
I
I
love-
love
I love-
conversation.
dude,
I don't argue.
I don't argue either.
I'm not
an arguer.
That's
I
so-
swear to God.
That's
It's
so
really
funny.
interesting because I
was literally
I
telling-
have friends that are extremely opposites. Like I can be friends with anyone, but I allow myself to do that because I love to like know what they're thinking. I want to
know how you think.
why you think this way. And that's how I've always been, dude.
For
I've
sure.
always been like, why are you doing that? Why is that happening?
Mhm.
Why? Like, why?
Yep.
And I'm just like a curious person like that.
Same.
I don't like this is
For
the most
sure.
talking I've done in the past like fucking I don't know 6 months.
Dude, do you ever
I'm
do the
serious.
thing where I do this all the time? Do you ever do the thing where it's like you do your whole morning or you're doing like your whole fucking day or something, and you don't see anybody
Yeah.
and you haven't and
Uh-huh.
you've said nothing to anybody
Dude,
all day,
I'm
and you
telling you.
realized to yourself that you haven't like heard your own voice all day,
Yep.
and then you're just like, hey, you're like,
Dude,
oh,
I'm telling
okay,
you,
yep,
like, I'll be-
okay,
yeah.
I'm still real.
Uh-huh.
Like I
Like,
do.
you just kind of say, and you're doing something. Hey,
Hey.
what's up?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, yeah, I have
Totally.
a voice still. I still
Yeah.
have a voice,
Okay. Yeah. I'm still human
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. I do that all the time. It's so
I mean,
fucking
other than
funny.
coaching, I don't like have big long conversations. I just kind of like instruct them. But no, I'm serious. Like when I'm around people, anyone that I'm around, I don't talk. Like you can ask anyone that I'm around, even my brothers, my family, all my friends. I barely say anything.
Yeah.
Because I love
To listen.
to listen and see the interactions with people and why they do things.
Same.
And it teaches me a lot, to be honest.
Oh,
I mean,
Dude.
I just love like human psychology and just how people act.
Dude.
and, like, what
Literally.
they say.
Holy fucking shit.
It's so
same.
interesting.
Dude. That's so funny that you say that because I am now in a relationship.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
My lady. You actually know her.
Do I?
Yeah. Lauren.
Lauren what? Oh, Lauren from 24.
24.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Happy for you, dude.
Um,
Awesome.
We were talking about that the other night. We have these type of conversations all the time because I think it's really healthy.
Yeah.
And but she was saying that, or I was talking about the human psychology thing and
Yeah.
how I love it. Like
Yeah.
I'm so into it to the point where I'm like, I can look at somebody and I know what you're portraying on the outside, but I'm pretty aware on actually how you feel on the inside.
Yeah.
And when she came over one night, she was talking about something of, her past experiences
Mhm.
and issues and trust, all this and that and that.
Yeah.
And and she was like explaining, and I told her, I was like, I know. I was like, I already knew that. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, everything you're telling me, I already know.
Yeah.
She's like, wait, what do you mean? I was like, I can tell when you're at the gym,
Mm-hmm.
it's the most public place that you're in and that you interact with the most people, that you portray a false identity in the way of it's a false persona
Yeah.
for a societal interaction. You're overly friendly, you're this and that, but I can see it in your eyes that you're doing that and you're feeling this way and you're portraying that you're an open book.
Yeah.
So people think that. So then people don't actually know or think there's more behind when actually you're just using that as a wall and a guard
to who
to
you really are.
to really who you are. And she was like, "How
You read her fucking mind.
Yeah, she's like, "How the fuck did you know that?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I can see it. It's plain as day."
Dude, it's
and that really comes from like the listening and this whole, you know, kind of the human psychology shit. And I love that you're into it because I'm so into it. I'm so fascinated by it. Like,
dude, one thing you should look up is NLP, neuro linguistics programming. I learned it when I was in real estate. My boss actually, he would teach us, and so it's literally speech patterns, the way that people talk, the eye movements, body language, the speed of what they talk at, and a couple different other things. And it was one of the most. That was what really changed my life. I would say like that neuro linguistics programming was really what made me understood people.
Which is so crucial in our industries.
I'm telling you, dude. When I
crucial.
Think about it, dude. I coach and I work with people all the time. I use it all the damn time. Because think about it. People want to be heard. No, people just love to talk. That's why people just
say whatever they want to say.
Whatever they want to say. And so, yeah, I use it all the time. You should look it up. Like,
I will.
You would fucking go crazy with it.
I would love it. I love all that type of shit.
It's interesting though. I wish there was like more information about it, but it's a very like niche thing. So there's not like you have to like know people. So you can kind of like search it around and kind of see. But yeah, if you know someone that like knows it very well, like they can teach you, dude. It's like a superpower. You know Tony Robbins?
Of course.
He's the master at it. Like he is the definition of neuro linguistics programming. That's why he's super successful.
Because he just knows how people work.
Yeah, he knows how to turn it on. It's pretty impressive actually. And the more that you learn about it, you will see like high performing individuals. You can pick apart every single thing that they say. I know, like when I see,
wow,
I'm serious. Every single time, every single high performance person, I know exactly what they're doing. And I can pick apart the way that they're talking to me or they're talking to a group and understand what they're trying to do and what they're trying to get out of that crowd. It's pretty interesting.
Interesting.
I'm telling you, every single talker, every single high performance person that you know,
it's scripted almost in
almost
the way.
Scripted.
Yeah,
it's almost scripted
into the way it becomes like second nature.
It's like what's the that little fill in the blank?
Yeah.
thing? You know what I'm talking about? It's an old thing. It's on a piece of paper. Fuck, Mad Libs.
Mad Libs.
Yep. It's like Mad Libs. It has just a script. You just fill in whatever you're talking to.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude.
NLP.
Look it up. It's very, very powerful. It's a skill and it's a superpower if you can get really good at it.
Interesting. I'm like super intrigued now.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna look this up because I love all that type of shit. I think it's just
that's what I learned in real estate.
I think it's just so incredibly fascinating. I just think it's just people skills in general.
Yeah,
and just
it's important, dude.
Oh my god, it's
if
fucking so crucial.
Yeah,
it's so crucial being able to get the outcome that you want in a non.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like to get the outcome you want in a non like
malicious.
Yeah, malicious, selfish.
Yeah,
like
I know what you're talking about,
that type of
how to come to common ground. So
yeah,
we'll see that
totally. Yeah,
how to come to common grounds.
I agree.
Yeah,
NLP. All right. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah, dude.
Well, okay, so we're gonna kind of narrow towards the end here, and I don't want to ask a question. I have two questions because one question is one that I ask every episode.
Yep.
I mean, this one technically is too, but I guess what's next for you? Because kind of like how we were talking on camera or off camera before was that the new stuff that you started doing, you've gotten really great traction on it. Like I think one of your reels didn't hit like 1 million or something almost, or
right
half
now.
a million.
Or just actually, if I look at it, it's probably like 600.
Yeah,
it's kind of it's crazy.
And your new content is doing really well.
Yeah.
And so, what's next? Like
what's next? That's a good question. I was writing that down actually this last night. But really, like, as far as like me personally, I had a conversation with my brother, my middle brother Isaac, and he's just like, dude, just be the best you can be. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna be the best that I can be. Any opportunity that I get, any creative opportunity, like, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna fucking run with it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I get really ahead of myself when I get into projects, and I try to finish things too fast. But I really just want to take some time to like really work on projects. Like the project that we're gonna work on,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my fucking time with it because
Totally.
I need to, like,
You want it to be right.
yeah, I want it to be right.
Yeah.
So what's next really is just me being the best. And I mean, to kind of give you like an idea, it's obviously grow that Instagram, my media page, and then eventually, you know, start making some monetizing it just a little
Yeah.
bit, whether that's working with clients, with brands, or even selling like, you know, prints.
Yeah, totally.
We talked about that already.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I really just want to create a community through the creative. Yeah, create a
You
community.
said the word. I was
Yeah.
waiting for it to be said this
Uh-huh.
episode. Community, community,
Yep,
community.
yep, yep,
Whoever
yep.
builds community first wins.
Yeah. And so really just really create a community where
Oh,
people just
fuck.
know, love, and trust me.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
Credibility.
So
Credibility and reputation.
yeah, and just grow through that. I think that's really a big goal of mine. And then through the coaching side, grow my own program.
Okay.
I think I'm sitting at around like 14 girls that I currently coach on the beach. And so I want to grow that to at least like 24 during the summer.
Okay,
And
dope.
So very attainable. It's
Sweet.
just, you know, word of mouth, being the best I can be.
Yeah, totally.
And so, yeah, that's kind of what's next. I'm really just excited for this year to just grow still, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Dude, that's so funny that you say that. Like, I was telling this to the boys the other night, and I don't know if any of you other guys, if any, you know, one else feels this way, but the energy going into this year just
It's different, dude.
right,
It's different.
dude.
It's different,
what the
dude.
fuck? Okay,
it's-
Mike said that. Now you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
No,
Like,
no one does. But everyone, I've literally had this conversation so many different times, and it's so exciting because everyone that I know is on the same wavelength.
Yes.
Every single person, at least that I'm close with, not everyone. But
yeah, for
people that I
sure.
really like, I talk to and I can resonate with. Everyone's on the same wavelength.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Why?
I'm like,
why does it
what
feel that way?
Is gonna go on?
I know, dude. Oh,
It's exciting.
It really is.
scary, exciting. You know, you don't.
It's
really-
all of- it's all of the
You don't
emotions.
know what's gonna go on, like,
Dude,
You
but
really
yeah,
don't. But it
holy
just
shit, it
something
does.
about just
Feels
this
different.
entire year. You're just like, whoa, like yeah,
Something's gonna happen this
This is
year.
gonna be sick.
yeah, exactly. Like
This is gonna be sick.
that's exactly how I feel. I'm like, dude, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Like whatever is coming this year,
Yeah.
like I think it's gonna be a huge step forward and setting us
Yeah,
up
dude.
for the years to come in a big way. Like,
Yeah.
you know, oh, that's so funny. I had a feeling that you would feel that way too.
Yeah,
but
dude, that's so cool.
yeah,
That's so
it really
sick.
is. It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So, I'm gonna ask the question.
The question.
Yeah, it's
okay.
pretty much final question of the episode. Well, minus another one, but
Okay.
this question can get tricky.
Okay. As long as it doesn't involve math, I'm good.
Yeah, honestly, same. No finger counting involved for this one.
All right, cool.
The question is a one life advice question.
I love this.
What would be your one life advice to anybody that's listening, to anybody that's watching, to anybody that's going to see this on Instagram as a reel, anything? What would be Caleb Partita's one piece of life advice?
I already have it.
Spill it.
And I love this so fucking much. And it's better to be consistently good than occasionally great. Like, think about that.
I agree.
It's better to be consistently good than occasionally great. I learned this from a business guy. I forget who exactly told me who the actual owner of the quote is. But dude, think about it. If you are just consistently good every single day on things that you do and you execute them every day, it's better than, you know, going one great thing every 3 months.
Yeah.
Like if you can, like for example, the biggest thing was actually the one, I remember who I learned this from. It was from Nick Bear. It was about running.
Yeah. I know Nick
And
Bear.
I was listening to a podcast, and one of his coaches actually said, it's better to be consistently good than occasionally great.
Right.
And what he meant by that was when you're running, you'd rather have consistently good runs than maxing out on one run and then killing yourself for the entire week. It's better to have consistent progress than, oh shit, I ran a 5:45 mile that day. Now I'm going to take that off. I'm not going to do that for the next 4 or 6 months. But having, 8-mile runs at an 8-minute pace every single day, now that's what makes someone fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Not just having one great run once every 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like if you apply that to business, like if you just be
You just apply that to life.
you apply that to life. Like for example, like you just have, or in fitness too, like if you just have a good workout, you don't have to go max out every single day.
Yeah.
You just go have a good workout. Do that every single day. See how that compounds. See how you feel after 2-3 months if you do that at least 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Instead of just going to work out once and then you're like,
good.
oh fuck, I'm done. That was a great workout, but I'm not gonna work out for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
3 weeks, something like that.
Totally.
But yeah, it can just be consistently good, then occasionally great.
Yeah.
I tell my athletes that. There was one athlete that really loved it, and she always tells me, like, she's like, I fucking love that quote. Like, I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that to me was like, damn, I changed our life. Just
yeah.
like
No,
that
for
one
sure.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, it's so powerful.
Yeah,
It
dude.
really is.
So that's my one life advice to anyone: is just be consistently good,
Consistently
not
good,
occasionally great.
not occasionally great. I
Mhm.
love that. I fucking love that so much. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask the last question of
Sick.
the fucking episode. It's always 7 on 7's song of the day.
Song of the day.
Has there
Okay.
been a song? It can be a song, EP, or album.
Oh shit! Yeah, dude.
Yeah, if there's a song or something or just a tune that you've been absolutely jamming,
Well, actually,
just-
I know it, but
consistently, and you just are loving it. What is the tune?
dude, it's gotta be from SZA, bro.
Oh,
SZA.
dude, SZA's album was
SZA.
great.
Conceited.
Yes, Conceited.
Conceited, dude. That's the theme. That's the anthem of this fucking year, dude. There's just a line. She says it multiple times. She's like, "I'm betting on me."
Yeah.
It's just I'm betting on me. Like fuck, dude. I was listening to this entire ever since the album dropped, dude. I've
Yeah.
been listening to that one single song. And I was like, damn, this shit is
This shit
this
hits.
is the fucking anthem of the year.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, gentle fish, however you want to pronounce it, that is going to absolutely do it for episode number 15 of 7 on 7. I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited for the podcast this year. What an absolute incredible first episode.
Yeah,
Caleb,
awesome. It was good.
I cannot thank you enough.
Of course,
This was amazing. This was so good to see you. This was so good to talk it up and chat and just et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Can you tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, support what
Yeah,
you're
man.
doing, watch your shit, eventually, hopefully be able to buy a print, et cetera.
Yeah.
So, tell them where they can follow you and anything. I'll also put all your links and everything to the link to the description in the podcast
Yeah.
on Spotify and Apple, so they'll be able to go straight to you. But let them know where they can
Absolutely.
connect with you.
Yeah. So all my media stuff, you can connect on me with Caleb. It's just at Caleb, but the L is a 1, and my name is spelled a little bit differently. KALOB. So my tag is KA1OB. So, and then if you guys ever interested about beach volleyball, it's Stacked Beach Volleyball. Pretty simple.
Stacked
So,
Beach Volleyball.
Stacked Beach Volleyball. Yep.
Perfect.
So yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Dude, no, thank you
Honored.
so much.
Super.
I'm
super
stoked. We're gonna get this episode out. I'll have all the stuff. But yeah, guys, that's gonna fucking do it. Episode number 15. We're actually jumping straight into episode 16 tomorrow with my boy Ben Swanson. That's gonna be a banger episode as well. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I love you guys. We will see you guys soon. Once again, Caleb, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
We'll see you guys soon.